How's it going, folks? Robbie, welcome back to the channel. We're going to play some Assetto Corsa today, a game that I have literally never played before. This is my first time playing it. I've just set up my Fanatec wheels, pedals, shifter, everything. Got it all tuned into the game. Never played Assetto Corsa. I've heard a lot about it. Just never got into it back in the day when this came out in, what is it, like 2015, something like that when this came out. Can't remember. I was playing console. I didn't have the gaming PCs. I have it now. I saw it on sale on Steam a little while ago and I thought, why not? I'll check it out. It was pretty cheap. Got all the DLCs and a bunch of cars and tracks with it. And then I installed it, got my steering wheel set up. Then I went down the rabbit hole of mods. And then I discovered the true gem of this game. Holy crap. There is many thousands of tracks you can download from people have made, and many thousands of cars. And being an Australian, we get kind of starved from our cars and tracks. I cannot believe how much variety of cars there are that are Australian race tracks. I so can't wait to get them. Not all of them, because obviously so many of them are behind the paywall, which I don't mind paying. Modders put a lot of effort into it. If it was a one-off purchase, I wouldn't have a problem, but so many do seem to be subscription-based, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, so much content to get into. I have done sim racing in the past on iRacing. I was never great, but it is a lot of fun. So we're going to take a car. I'm going to go to Monza because it's a track that I know really well. In game, there's already a ton of tracks, but I've already downloaded quite a lot. All the little single dots are all the downloaded stuff I've done. A couple of these ones come up as errors, so I'm gonna have to get rid of those. I'll see if I can fix them. But yeah, so many awesome tracks from all around the world. And there's also tracks from Gran Turismo series as well. And same for cars. I've already got quite a lot of cars. There's well over 100 easily, as you can see. I get quite a lot in the game naturally because of all the DLCs. Which is a lot cheaper buying it now because the game's so old compared to what it would have been at the time. But yeah, there's so much variety, and even just the regular DLC cars. It's not just your typical supercars and top-end sports cars. There's so many random old cars. I love it, from the 80s and 90s. Random Peugeots. It's just fantastic. Can't wait to check them all out. Obviously, the quality is going to vary, so we'll see how we go along the way. But yep, going to skip right over to Monza. Going to find a little car for us to go for a spin in, and then hopefully we don't crash. All right, so we're here at Monza on the pit straight, ready to go. One thing I'm really weird about this game is the fact that it's a sandbox. It's not a typical racing game where you got like a season or a quotation storyline, career mode, progression system. This is purely a sandbox. So you can drive any car you want, any track, just load them up and go for it. You don't have to build up for it. You don't have to grind for weeks just to get one damn car, Gran Turismo. So it is quite cool that way. So we're going to get straight to the track. This is a Tatus FA01. I've got no idea what it is. It's like a little Formula Ford thing. 180 horsepower, I think it is. Hopefully it's not too fast so I can check it out and not crash. Again, the shade is kind of weird. It is quite bright. I've gone through and done all the settings, but it hasn't worked properly so far, but hopefully we can get that up next time around. All right, we have sound. We have gears working, steers working. All right, we can go. Now, I'm not going to lie and say this is the exact first drive I've ever done. I did do a lap or two on another track just to make sure everything was working. But this is my first time around here in this car. I contemplated putting the racing line on just to cheat because it's my first time properly doing it now. It's just randomly make sure all the controls are working. Yeah, this is a quite very fast little car for something with 198 horsepower. Granted, it's very light. It's an open wheeler, so the power to weight ratio is quite high. Hopefully the sound balance is fine. It's the other thing I was testing out too. The oh, that's braking way too early. It's quite in my ear, but the recording, if I have it loud in my ear, the car sound, it's very loud in the when I'm making the video playback. So, oh god, the steering wheel is going absolutely nuts. So I've got a full Fanatec system. I've got my McLaren GT3 wheel, which is fucking shaking like crazy over those curbs. I used to have a Logitech, I think it was a G29, when I used to do iRacing a few years ago. Don't get off the curb, you idiot. I never liked that wheel. I could never really get into it. I never did proper races on iRacing purely because I couldn't really get into it. But already, this feels so much better with the Fanatec. iRacing would probably be better. I ended up just doing hot lapping on iRacing. I did like 500-600 hours in it. And the races I did do was in the rookie class, lower class, like MX5, stuff like that. And I hate stuffing up and hitting people. And so I usually just do hot lapping. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know I assume service is still going with this game. I haven't even tried to play online yet. This is purely just to see what it's like, and just purely on the content you can get. This is going to be a many hours of enjoyment. Already quite enjoying it so far. This car doesn't have the greatest top end speed. My last lap was of 3 minutes 32, which is not. Obviously it was sitting there for a little while. All right, we've got to work out these braking points. Down to third, don't need third gear, second gear through there. I love this track. I've watched many races over the years on the TV. Obviously it's in Italy, other side of the country for me. Planet. Moron. So far, this car isn't tuned or anything. It's completely stock standard. Normally, what are you braking at about the 100 board? Oh no, get off the grass, get off the grass. Oh, I saved that nicely. Oh God, oh God, oh God. See, I'm a rookie. It's my first time. All right, focus. Probably don't need to brake that much into that corner. This thing's going to have tons of grip thanks to that massive wing on the back. I reckon that one we can brake around the 50 board. We'll slowly work out where we got to go and where we got to brake. This part here is quite bumpy. I might turn down my force feedback setting just a little bit. It is shaking my rig quite a bit. My arms and shoulders are getting a bit of a workout. Oh, I definitely don't need to brake that much into that corner. God, this car tracks really well considering there's no tune on it. Got a good little punch out of the corners. It's got a really good power to weight ratio. Granted, the top end speed's nothing exciting, but it's a lower end entry kind of open wheeler. And that was about 70 meters we broke at and easily stopped in time. So we can probably brake around the 15 board, I reckon. There's plenty of grip on that long sweeping corner. So we can definitely carry a bit more speed through there.
That lap time was 2:04.6.
Thank you. Just like iRacing, I've got my co-pilot talking to me, which is quite helpful. Once I start doing races, I'm going to brake at the 100. Oh. Needed a little bit more pressure there on the left foot, I think. Definitely a lot of time to be made up there. I didn't even check to see how fast people actually go in game in this car around this track. I imagine it's a good 20 seconds faster than what I'm doing now. Always been one of my favorite European tracks, Monza. It's just a ridiculously fast track. But it also has got some very tricky corners that you still need a good handling and braking setup for. Just a dab on the brakes. I think we can take that one without braking. Might be able to just be able to roll through it. All right, sorry about that. Bad time for my daughter to call right when I'm taking the corner. All right, let's try that again. Phone is now on silent. All right, let's try and get that time down. 2:04.5. Well, this car can easily get into the 150s. Probably with a good driver into the maybe late 140s. Who knows? If I can get, looking at my time now, 2:04.8, 2:04.5 on my first proper lap. If I can get into the 1 minute 50s, I'd be happy. So we'll see what we can do. Got to get all these braking areas done correctly. I mean, so far, I'm really liking the physics of this game. It's been a few years since I've done a proper sim. Like I said, I used to do iRacing a little bit. Oh, too wide. But it is starting to come back to me. I've been playing a lot of Gran Turismo and Forza and Horizon and whatnot. They're racing games, but obviously they're not sims. But this is completely different, using the steering wheel again. And the physics, I'm actually enjoying them so far. I thought it'd be a little bit harder to get into. Oh, that was bad braking. Don't get onto the power too early. Oh, you idiot. You literally just said it.
Okay, Rob, we need to watch the track limits.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's not the first time you're going to say that. Not the last. I'm going to run wide on a lot of these tracks. Granted, I do know Monza really well, but there's going to be a lot of tracks in this game, and all the other tracks I'm going to download, I'm not going to know where they go in their layout, so it's going to take some time. Oh God, thank God, I got damage off, thank God. Jesus Christ, that was bad. That was bad. All right, we need to really pay attention. All right, so this corner, I don't think we need to, I think we can just coast through. I didn't brake on that one. So eventually I'm going to see about getting some overlays on the screen so I can see all the things you need to see when you're racing. But at the moment it's quite bare. I literally just got the game up and running last night. Did another test this morning to make sure it's all working. So far so good. Everything seems to be recording fine this time. Brake at the 100 board, down to 4th. I reckon we can carry a lot of speed through here. Steering wheel is really shaking quite hard. That was actually pretty good. 2:04 to the last lap. I feel like we're going to improve on that. Again, if I can get into 150s, I'm going to be very happy. I've got no idea what the world record is in the game. It's been out for a long time, I imagine. And this car would come with the game, so most people would have driven it. I wonder if there's an overlay you can get. 2:04 flat. I did make a lot of mistakes early in that lap though. So I wonder if there's an an overlay for the screen that actually shows like leaderboard times. I wonder if someone's made something like that. Don't power on too early, Rob. That's a bit better. I'm sure I can get onto power early if I get the car lined up correctly, but I just don't trust my abilities yet. I'm definitely going to turn down force feedback. It's a bit strong. Stay off the grass, you idiot. The sense of speed in this game is quite good. It's quite smooth, considering it's an old game. Granted, it's been updated a lot, but that's much better. Like the frame rate is really smooth. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far. Is it the best looking game graphically? No. Does it matter? No. So I've got a Quest 3 VR kit as well. And coming later today from Amazon is the cable. I can connect that to my PC so I can play this game in VR. I love VR Gran Turismo 7. But yeah, so far this is a much better racing experience, and I'm only on the track by myself. That was a bit wide, bit too fast. God, there's so much grip. So much grip in the rear end. I love it. But I've got my shifter set to auto shift. No auto clutch. I can drive the clutch, but I prefer not to. It's just easier. A little bit of brake at 50. Keep it in 4th. That's not too bad. You can carry a lot of speed through there. And I've got it in sequential mode. Just pull it down. Pull it up to shift down. It's fantastic. What did we just do? A 2.6.
That's your fastest lap.
Hey, it is. All right, we've got some more time to make off. We've got to get it into the 150s. All right, keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep it off the sand. Not bad. Obviously, if the car was tuned to be a little bit quicker, gearbox and tire pressure and all that good stuff, and if it had a better quality driver. But so far, I'm really liking this car. Brake at the 100. We just got to get the braking power down correct. Oh, it's so such a good car to drive. And the steering wheel in this McLaren steering wheel I've got is just so responsive. I love it. So much better than the old Logitechs. Yeah, could never ever go back to them now. It was very expensive. Had to buy it all in blocks because it's a few $100 for each thing. But I saved up for it for quite a while. Well worth the purchase. It's, yeah, no. If I was still doing iRacing, I'd be doing it more often with this setup. God, even just the pedals, you can feel the vibration in them. You feel like you got actual more control where you put your foot down on your braking and your accelerator. Down to 4th. I still say I can carry more speed into the entry to that, but I don't want to overshoot it and go flying off into the wall through the sandpit. Surely that's got to be in the 150s. Yes! Wow! I'm happy with that.
That's your best in the session.
159 flats. What would be the record? Obviously, I'm not going to get anywhere near it. I know that. I don't know what that is. I can't read it. Oh, that was way too early. But I can't imagine... Well, it could be possible people are doing a good 10 seconds quicker, but I don't know. Could you get this thing into the 40s if a really good driver with a good tune? I don't know. You'd have to absolutely nail every single corner. I'll have to check after this, out of curiosity, just to get an idea how far off the pace I am. On any racing game I've played in all my life, I've never ever got close to the top of the leaderboards. But it'd be good to see just how far off I am though, so I can find out how to improve. Oh God. Well, one thing is to not hit the damn grass, because that's just ruined a whole lap. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be playing online racing. I'm definitely going to be hot lapping all these cars, different tracks, learning all the tracks. It's going to be so much fun. Oh, that was too late, too wide. I'll be doing races against the computer at the start just to get a feel for it. I really enjoy hot lapping, but racing is a different experience on a sim. There's a lot more pressure because the steering wheel is nowhere near as forgiving as a controller is. And then you got all the cars around you and you got to worry about changing gear, body weight transfer into the corners. There's so much more to worry about. You actually got to think and analyze the corners. Compared to like a Forza or a Gran Turismo, you don't have to as much.
That lap was at 2 minutes. You're now 0.9, slower than your best.
Yeah, I know I made a few mistakes in that one. Alright, so can we get low 159? If we get everything right, we should be able to. I've got no idea what that says because it's too damn small. Some of the things on the HUD is way too small. I don't know how to zoom in and make them bigger, like that yellow thing that flashes up every now and then. I don't know what it is. I can't read it. But even when the menus are up, it's way too small. Surely there's got to be a setting or a mod. There'll be a mod somewhere that'll improve on that, I'm sure. Modders always make gaming better. Alright, that was pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. Lift and roll. Power on. Oh, that was almost the stuff up. A little bit of brake, downshift, power on. Nice. Through the really bumpy part of the track. I've watched a lot of races at this track over the years. I've never noticed it ever being that bumpy there. Oh, I felt the back end slip out a little bit there, just carrying a little bit too much speed, but I held it. This feels like it's a fast lap. This has surely got to beat 1599. So we crank it up to around 220 clicks down here. Brake it to 50, little brake downshift into 4th. Full power. Don't be a pussy. That felt quicker than last time. That's got to be fastest. 158.8.
That's your best lap in the session.
I don't know if I'm getting any faster, much faster than that without a proper tune and more practice. All right, so we'll call it quits for now. God, that is an awesome car. That is so much fun to drive. Granted, you wouldn't normally stop like this on a racetrack. This steering wheel setup and this game is just meant for each other. All right, so I'm going to go swap the cars out. We'll go to another track and hopefully we can continue that success. I'm really happy doing a 1588. That's pretty good. For me, that's really good. Granted, I don't know what everyone else does. All right, we are back at Alton Park, which is a modded track I just downloaded, and a modded car I just downloaded, which is the Renault Clio Cup car. I know this car quite well because the Renault Clio RS200 used to sit in my driveway until the gearbox shut itself about 5-6 years ago, and I had to get rid of it. So we'll take it for a drive around here. You can clearly tell it's a mod. Just some of the textures on the body aren't great, but hopefully it drives well. That's all that really matters. We're not looking at the body when we're driving around. So I had a look at the leaderboards on just a quick Google search, and some people in that little cart thing I was driving before did a 150, like really low 150 minute times, which means some could potentially get into the 149. So I was doing a 148 low. So I was about 8 seconds off the fastest in the world, which is even with a good tune, 8 seconds around that track. Where are you going to make that up in the corners? That is incredible. That shows you where I've got a long way to go. All right, so we are at Alton Park, one of my favorite British tracks. This is a modded track. Yeah, just something looks off about that car. It doesn't look right. All right, let's get in. Obviously, the one I had, the RS200 I own, was sitting on the other side. So it does feel weird being on this side of the track of the car. All right, let's go. So I had a look online. Apparently, the fast Renault Clios around here can do around the 150, 155. But that's in the real world, not in the game. Because obviously this is a modded car, not a genuine car that came in the game. Oh God, brake. brake. You're not in a little F1 car anymore. I know. I got distracted looking around at all the details. For a modded track, this looks pretty good. All right, let's focus. It's been a long time since I've watched a race of this track. I got to exactly remember the layout. I remember this is a tricky corner because there's a bit of camber, isn't there? Oh God, it's front wheel drive, really fighting understeer. There's a really harsh kink coming up, isn't there? The chicane. Yep, there it is. I'm going to brake a bit early just for now. Oh God. All right, this feels so much heavier compared to the car I was driving before. The field of view positioning is pretty bad. I can't really see her over the bonnet. I feel like a little old lady just poking her head over the bonnet. All right. Oh God. Yeah, I'm so now used to driving that little Formula One, Formula Ford, whatever it is. And now to come to a proper little hatchback, this feels heavy. When naturally it's not. But compared to what I did driving at Monza, this feels heavy, slow steering. This feels like a tank compared to that. So definitely not going to be one of those games at this stage yet where I can just jump in and out of every single car and just go for a drive. Every car is going to feel completely different, handle different. I remember this corner's a bastard. It drops down here, doesn't it? Yep, there it is. Oh, I think my car just bottomed out there too. This is a really cool mod. Someone's gone into a lot of effort to make this. They've done a fantastic job, and this is free as well. Oh God, understeer. Too much speed.
Watch these track limits, please, Rob.
You're gonna have to get used to it, mate. All right, let's get in the right gear, eh? Onto the brakes. Careful of the speed. Is front wheel drive. Understeer is a massive problem, especially when you're trying to ask those front tires to do too much. Got to work out to the best gear to change, best RPM to change the gears. At the moment, my damage is off, so I can't blow the engine or the gearbox. Oh, there's so much understeer. Obviously, this car is not tuned at all. But it's got a moron behind the wheel. Alright, try not to brake too hard because that's going to cause a bit of problems as well. Yeah. Here comes my friend. Oh, he didn't say anything. Clearly I didn't breach the track limits there. Somehow I did a bit of off-roading and apparently it's fine. Alright, let's brake around. Nah, it's got to brake a bit earlier. Oh my god, I'm really struggling with this one. This is showing you how I was doing really good at Monza. I love this track. But I want to take excuses and say it's the car, but yeah, it's definitely my skill level. I've got to try and see if I can fix the field of view. This is over some of these crests. God, you almost lose sight of the track. My last lap was a 3 minutes 53. Obviously that was a bit of stationary while we're talking in pit lane. Oh, understeer. Kind of saved it, but then we drifted out. I feel like I'm sitting in the bottom of the seat. I've got to lift myself up a little bit. It feels like a child's driving. I've never seen a dashboard from this height. Oh, God.
Track limits, that's another cut.
I'm not doing it on purpose. Be nice to me, I'm a rookie. So judgmental. Alright, I just want one half decent lap where we get around without running wide or crashing. I love it though. It's just an awesome racetrack plopped down in the middle of some rolling green fields.
Tires are cold.
Oh, we're well and truly missed that apex. I'm assuming this car definitely needs a tune of some sort to try and get this understeer up. I mean, it's the way I'm driving, it's not helping. Braking is just not there. This time we're going to brake around the 70. Alright, that's a bit better. Just don't hit that inside wall. Lift and coast. Oh, I did hit the flagpole thing. Alright, so we've got a couple of corners we've got to work on. This one doesn't have any brake markers, so I've just got to go by feel looking at the fence lines. Oh god, the front wheel's locked up there. It's my first time driving a front-wheel drive car in this game, and it's definitely more of a challenge than driving that very grippy little Formula Ford thing. Just no brakes. My foot is 3/4 of the way down.
You're locking your right rear.
And it definitely bottoming out in the bottom of that dip there too. Alright, we're going to go one more time. Apparently the real world, they're doing 150 around here in Clio's. I'm doing a 211. Oh god, you can just feel the front wheels lock up. I mean, this could be solved with a decent tune. I know I'm not driving well because it's my first time, but still, I think with a decent tune, just these tires just locking up. Alright, let's see if we can get to the end of the lap without going off. I'm going to take it a little bit more conservative. Alright, we struggle with this one. Let's get our speed right down. Ease and power in. Not yet, not yet. Bit wide, but it's a bit better than was. Not great, but it's a little bit better. that's the best braking I've done for that, but it's still horrible. Just can't get that right because you're shifting the body weight over, and then the front tires just get overloaded and they just go straight. I don't think I like front wheel drive cars at this stage. I prefer a little oversteer to understeer, and it's something you're not going to get in a front wheel drive car. All right, let's bring it home. We've managed to keep it on the track so far. I'm assuming we can adjust the brakes. Might have to go online and see if there's a tune for this car. It definitely needs it. Brake a bit earlier. Suspension and definitely the alignment needs I think it needs a bit of a touch up. Well, that was my best lap, 205.
205.4. Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
That is a tricky car to drive. Yeah, it's just something visually about it. Just doesn't look right, doesn't it? But yeah, cool little car. Let's do one more race. Or should we actually do a race with cars on the track? Definitely not with this car though. Okay. All right, so here we are back at Monza in my favorite car. We've got a 5-lap race around here with all the other cars are in the exact same. Damage off. Let's just get straight into it. This is going to end badly. My first race always usually does, especially on a sim. This is why I don't do it online, my first race.
Go, go, go.
Didn't want to jump the start and get a penalty.
Car right.
Already lost a spot. Off to a good start.
Hold clear right.
All right, we know what to do to get around the track, but we've got to now do it with cars on the track, which makes it a lot of shit. My first crash. It wasn't a crash, it was just a love tap. All right, so we just got to somehow drive our perfect line with 12 cars on the track around us. It just adds a degree of difficulty. And we're drafting nicely. Should we take the inside coming into the bridge?
He's still there.
I
Right
know.
side's clear. On your right, clear
Well, they
right.
brake a lot later. That's interesting. And I was saying the world record is really low 150, and I got a 158 something or other, and I was wondering how the hell they make up 8 seconds. That is why clearly I'm braking way too early. Granted, the car's not tuned, but there is a lot of time obviously to still be made with this car. But to do that with all the other cars around you fighting for position is a lot harder than it is doing it when you're just hot lapping. Oh God. It's just, you feel the pressure with the other cars on the track. You don't have the freedom and luxury of just going wherever you want. You got to try to avoid them. They are pulling away quite easily. What are we? We're still in 5th spot. Brake around the 50. Onto the power. We're way too far back to get a slipstream. It's my straight line speed's not a problem. It's getting the corners right.
Don't let this guy distract you. Hit all your apexes. Wait for the chances to come, mate. B6.
Oh, I love Crew Chief. It's such a good app. All right, just... Don't go off, don't go off. That wasn't too bad. I made up a little bit of time compared to him in front.
The car ahead is Marshall.
I don't care who it is. God, he's got more straight line speed than I've got.
Marshall in the gaps now, 0.5.
Well, the one behind me's actually dropped off a bit. It's good. I'm going to actually watch the replay later and find out where they're braking. We'll do a ride along on one of the cars. Find out where I'm going wrong. I'm going to go online too and get a tune for this car, which should help. Oh God, whoa, what was that? Honestly, what was that? I don't recall turning the wheel that much. All right, we just lost a couple of seconds. And we're about to lose a spot. If we can hold them off. Yeah, actually watching the replay later on and finding out where the front cars are braking and what lines they're taking will be a good way to really learn where I can and can't go and where to push and where not to push. Definitely not finishing on the podium. So far, I haven't crashed badly. Oh my God, I wasn't doing this in testing. Why am I doing it all of a sudden, driving like an idiot? Pressure. All comes down to pressure. Just got a message saying my delivery for my cable for my VR is out and about on the road, so hopefully in the next hour or two I should have that here and set up, because VR would make this game really, really cool.
Car right.
Oh God. Yep.
Clear right.
That's why it affected my braking. I didn't want to. Oh God, didn't want to hit him.
Come on, Rob.
Ah, just stupid mistakes. Again, I knew he was going to dive, so I was trying to stay a little bit wide when it completely stuffed up my braking angle and line, and yeah, lost another spot. Stupid error. What is that? What is that, Rob? My God. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's bad. I can't see if there's other cars coming and ease my way on so I'm not crashing into anyone. That is ridiculous.
Car right.
My God, that was pathetic.
Hold your line. Clear right.
Kicking myself. That was such a stupid thing to do. And again.
Left side. Clear left. Push, push, push.
What am I doing?
On your right.
Just stupid rookie. I know I'm a rookie, but my God.
Hold your line. Clear right.
I've been watching racing for 30 years. All right, you're on the track on your own. You're just hot lapping. There's no one around. My God, that was pathetic. God, there's still people all the way down the 12th spot. How bad are they driving? I can barely see P6 up ahead. All right, focus. All right, just another day out driving the car. That was better. God, even playing against the computer, the pressure is ridiculous. You put it on yourself, of course. Stay off the grass, idiot. You're not a lawnmower.
The gap to Phil behind is increasing. It's now 1.5.
Yeah, no, that line going into that corner is... I've really got to work on that. I feel there's a lot of time to be made up for there. I've just forgotten everything I'd done in practice. This feels like it's been my best lap so far, but still pretty average. We're pulling away from P8 though, which is good. Obviously, we're not going to be making it up enough to catch up to the one in front, but if we can hold off and stay in 7th, well, it's better than coming last. But it is the joys of doing your first race. It's always going to be bad. It is a cool little car. I've just got to drive it better with other people around me on the track. You just don't have the freedom to
One more lap to go.
have the perfect racing line every time when there's other cars on the track. Which is kind of why I typically just do hot lapping. It's just more comfortable. Braking way too early. Maybe not enough pressure. Hopefully I can, when I watch the replay, I can see their telemetry and see how they're braking and when. Final lap. Last lap was much better. Just got off to a really, really bad start. We pulled up well ahead of the last car. Oh God, those inside curbs are just torture. I'm so annoyed I didn't discover this game years ago. It is so good. Even though I'm driving really bad, it is so much fun. Into sixth gear. Through the bumpy section of Monza. I can see the next car behind me. Don't look at them though. Focus. Turn it in nicely. Carry your speed. Watch your exit.
Cap has won the race.
God, that's how slow I am. They're just gone past me on the other side of the road. Oh my God. But the last two laps, we kind of brought it together. Bit late, but gained some pride. I don't want to know the lap time differences though. That's going to be pretty out. My best was a 1:59.2.
P7.
Just did a 1:59.6. So yeah, about a second off what I was able to do in. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah, first race, it's always going to be a bit average, but it's not too bad. Am I able to replay the session? I don't know how this works. Can I? God, why is it so small? All right, we can change car. Is it the one in front? There's no point getting in the slower one. Let's work our way up the field. Seems to be no order to this. All right, there we go. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause that. We'll end it. I'm going to watch this over and over again just to find out exactly where they're doing it. Then I'm going to do some test driving, and then hopefully by the next video we're doing a race, and then hopefully we've improved and consistently getting well under minute 58. I'm going to look at getting a tune for the car as well. But that is Assetto Corsa. So far, so good. That is absolutely awesome. I can't wait to explore more of these tracks and cars. I really want to get better at sim racing. I'm never going to be anywhere near the top 20% of drivers, but that's fine. I just want to get better and have a bit of fun. So far, off to a good start. I've missed out on this game so much. So once the VR comes in a few hours' time, really going to get into it. I think that's going to enhance the game even more. So I'm Rob. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my pathetic attempt, but we're off to a start. See you later.